Good morning, everybody. So this is our last day on the island. It's day 3 of our Frasier Island tour. So we just packed up all our stuff. As you can see, the room is empty. Everything's empty. So I'm gonna walk out now, go grab some breakfast, and then we're gonna head out. It's an early start again today. It's like 7:45. It's a bit cloudy outside. Actually, yeah, it's just darker than usual, but it's still bright. I'm still probably gonna get burned in dark today. My shoulders are burning right now. But yeah, I will see you at the first lake that we go to today. So we've just arrived at the first lake for the day, Lake Bean, right behind me. Not as pretty as Lake Mackenzie, but it's still fresh water, and it's hot as hell. It's only 9 in the morning. We got some blow-up stand-up paddleboards that we're just pumping up right now. I'm gonna hit the water on these for the first time. Just tried that supboarding for the first time, and it's actually a lot easier than I thought it was. I guess everybody else was like, oh my god, it's so hard, like you always fall and it's like so difficult to stay balanced. I guess they just don't have good core. Either that or I have a really good core. I have no idea what it is. But yeah, it was pretty easy. I mean, it does take a lot of work to like keep everything in balance. There's a lot of things to think about while you're on there and getting to your direction, but all in all, it was pretty easy. Like I didn't fall, I didn't like falter, didn't trip. It was good. I liked it. It's hell of a workout too. I think I got my shoulders burned even more while I was boarding out there. But now it is lunchtime. Alright, so lunch is done. We had a nice buffet lunch at the resort that they have. Now we're about to do the last activity for the tour. We're going on the death hike, as it's called, because it's super hot here and it's only 50% shade, so the other 50% will be in the sun. It's like 3 kilometers to the next lake. So I don't know if I'll be vlogging much, but if I see anything interesting, I will. And I'll probably be soaked by the time we get to the lake. So let's see what happens. Okay, so here's a checkpoint. A little sand dune. Don't be sorry. You don't want to be famous? So confident.
And you want to be famous?
I am famous.
Ah, you are famous.
So I don't know how much further we have left, but it is scorching and the sand is burning. And yeah, I would not want to be stuck in a desert, that's for sure.
You have a fly on your ass.
Oh god, there's no shade. I don't think I've ever been this sweaty on a hike before. It's just a bunch of nothingness. Yay, the lake is in sight. I can't wait to jump in.
The view is going down. Until yesterday night was perfect.
Yeah, so by the way, this hike is full soft sand. You know, you guys know how hard it is to walk in soft sand for friggin' 2-3 hours in the heat. Oh god, it's going all over my butt. So this here is called Lake Wabi. Very dark green, but I'm gonna jump in it anyway because I am soaked. This is disgusting. Ugh. Check out these giant catfish swimming in the lake. Hi guys. Okay, it's time to join you. Oh my gosh, so when we got in the water, we realized there's a bunch of tiny fish. And they're all eating tons of bed right now. Look at this. Oh my god, they're devouring him. It's like a natural fish spa. Hi guys.
Oh man. Oh man. Yeah, look at my back. They're feeding me.
You're feeding them.
Yeah, look at my back. Look.
Ah! It's on my knee.
Again, these are only young ones, just puppies.
Dingo.
Who's a cute little puppy dog? It's just scrounging around the beach for trying to find little scraps to eat.
So now we are back at the ferry where we arrived here 3 days ago. I skipped past everything that we did after that lake because we had to do the hike all over again to go back out, and it was just so hot and disgusting. And then we drove back through the island, the forest, and the sand to get back here. We got all our stuff. Walking towards the ferry now. So our 3-day Frasier Island tour is over. Oh god, the sun is burning right now. My shoulders are burnt. It really hurts to wear backpacks. It was great checking out this island, Frasier Island. I highly recommend it. And I just wanted to add something that on day 1 of this tour, I was talking about like doing a DIY, do-it-yourself tour, a self-drive tour on this island. I know that we are huge endorsers and we always promote DIY, do-it-yourself tours because of the freedom. And now that we've spent 3 days here, I do not recommend doing a self-drive tour. There's a few reasons for that, but one of them, which is pretty important, is that this is a huge sand island. It's the largest sand island in the world. The northern to southern point is 123 kilometers, and then the widest point is about 20 or 23 kilometers. But what I'm trying to say is it's all sand, like the soft sand at the beach. It's not like, oh, you get some wet sand that you can drive on and then soft sand. It's pure soft sand, so like it's really, really hard to drive on. And I'm sure you guys all know how hard it is to walk on if you're doing it like a really long distance. Well, it's even harder to drive on. I don't know if you've ever tried to drive on sand, but you will get friggin' stuck. So there's actually, I don't know if you call it a law, but you actually can't rent cars from the big rental car companies here and drive on this island. There's a certain clause that says you can't take this onto Frasier Island. And if you do take the cars from like your car or Hertz or budget and they find out, you will get a huge ass fine. And if something happens to you over here, like they won't save you, they won't help you. So yeah, so you have to rent them from like specific places and that allow you to bring them over on this island because they're all 4x4 wheel drive. So that means that you can actually drive on the sand. Going to each place takes so long and it's so bumpy, the rides. So you definitely don't want to do that yourself. Like the rides are hella bumpy. And yeah, it's just nice for somebody else to drive you around. And that's saying a lot coming from me because as you guys know, I'm really OCD and anal and I love to plan everything and be in control of everything. But everything went really smoothly there. Yeah, like we never ran into any of their other trucks because obviously they planned it so that we're all going in the same direction at a certain time, and then on the way back we're all going the same direction as well. All the breakfast, lunch, snacks, dinners, they were always on time. Everything was pretty on point. All the sights we saw were great. We had enough time at every place we stopped at to explore and just enjoy ourselves, so that was awesome. And again, like I mentioned, it's great not having to drive. There were times where like the transportation between point A and point B was over an hour, and you definitely don't want to drive over an hour in those conditions where it's like super sandy and rocky. You're just on like a constant roller coaster for an hour. And another thing is you don't want to get stuck. There are lots of stories of people that rent cars over here on Harvey Bay and bringing it over on the ferry and just getting stuck because they don't have any experience on how to drive on sand. So yeah, you don't want to get stuck. Just forget all those troubles and go on a tour. So like I mentioned on day 1, we went with Cool Dingo because I looked at the itinerary and the price, of course, and they went to everywhere that I wanted to see on Frasier Island, and the price was great at $530 per person, and that's for a double share. We didn't do the dorm with the bunk beds and other people, we just had our own room. We did have to share the bathroom and shower, but yeah, that was fine. And I did mention how the company we went with, the parent company Kingfisher Bay, pretty much owns a monopoly on the island. So like they acquired all the other tour operators and resorts there, so now it's just one parent company. So yeah, even if you book other tours that aren't Cool Dingo, you'll still end up within a tour in the same company. However, Cool Dingo is the cheapest. Trust me, I checked. This is before I knew they were all under the same umbrella and parent company, and all the other ones were more expensive and didn't seem as intricate as the one that we went on. And plus ours came with food, which is key. You get breakfast, you get lunch, you get dinner, and you get snacks. So that's really good. And Cool Dingo is mainly aimed towards backpackers between the ages of 18 and 35. I guess if you're older, you'll take one of the other tours like Frasier Explorer, or if you have kids, you might want to do something else. But yeah, all in all, it was great. Frasier Island was awesome. I'd have to say Lake Mackenzie was probably the coolest thing we saw. The freshwater lake that was super, super blue that looked like the lagoon in Iceland. And the scenic flights was really awesome too. That was both of our first times on a scenic flight, and it was really cool to see the beach from above. Really nice and tropical. And we both got hella dark. I'm like 5 shades darker than when I got there, and I don't even know. He has a lot of melanin, so he gets super dark really easily. But the plan now, as you can see, we're now in our Airbnb again. We are only staying in Harvey Bay for 1 more night. Tomorrow we are headed to the next stop, which is Airlie Beach, where the Whitsunday Islands are and the Whitehaven Beach. So we're gonna take an overnight Greyhound bus from Harvey Bay to Airlie Beach, and it's gonna be like 12 hours on the bus, but we'll be sleeping most of the time, so it'll be okay. To be honest, I probably won't be vlogging until our next tour, which is of the Whitsundays. We're gonna be living on a yacht catamaran for 2 nights and 2 days. With the time in between, we'll probably just be like biking, walking around, not doing anything too crazy interesting. So yeah, we'll probably see you when we're on that sailing tour, and that's gonna be super nice. It's hella tropical there and it's gorgeous. Check it out, Google it if you don't know what I'm talking about yet. And we will see you at the Whitsundays in the next vlog. Bye! Say bye!